Good evening, this is Kuro. This is another ranked game in my Z52 running over the enemy team. They've got an enemy hack, Double Des Moines, Gearing Grozavoy. The map is Greece. This is the new map for this rank season. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. And I spawn closest to C-Cap, so I'm going to just start heading that way. My team's going to ask for a plan. They're basically going to decide that we're going to go CB. Now, the intent of this game is to talk about CV spotting, because this is the first game where I've seen they haven't done enough to slow down the CV spotting in the game. If you look, we're not even 30 seconds in. Both CVs are already at the midpoint in the map. Look, my team still hasn't gotten out of spawn. Neither is the enemy team. The battleships are already spotted. It creates some real issues. Now, my CV, he's going to make a play. He's coming over here to spot the destroyers, and this is going to have the effect where it delays these destroyers getting on cap. Now, watch this, because this is really important, and it's not really fair. These destroyers are just trying to do their job. They've got a Des Moines right there with them, blah blah blah. You know, you see them just getting all twisted up right now. Whereas I was able basically to drive straight into the cap. The enemy CV didn't spot me, so I'm able to just keep right on going. They still haven't got on the cap, and you know, I've got this thing almost 3/4 of the way capped. Now I'm throwing some Make-A-Wishes out there. I see that the DDs are just now stepping on the caps. Now my CV is right back in their face. Now we just capped. Now, okay, we just capped. They're just starting their cap right now because their DDs were delayed by RCV spotting. Now the issue is there's no ramifications other than maybe losing some HP. If I just start opening up on these ships that are inside the cap trying to capture this point. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start opening up on these destroyers, trying to move, give myself a little bit extra room to stay out of Des Moines radar range. And just as these destroyers get spotted, I'm just going to keep shooting these guys. I managed to torp the gearing, and at this point, the enemy team is really having a hard time. The Grozavoy, I think is in range of my Des Moines, and you know, they still haven't made any progress on capping. Now I gotta say, in my opinion, it's too much. It's too much. This cap, you know, I shouldn't be able to drive right through the cap and then have a nice sub 8 kilometer reset on enemy destroyers just and just because they were late and my CV spots them, just to be able to chunk them down like that. That's just too much. Now here I'm just anticipating this Yamato is going to slow up and try to reverse. Just dump some torpedoes out there. There's no need for me to get all crazy. I am going to take a quick shot. I shouldn't have shot there. I missed the audible tone that they had capped, and I mean, it's one of those things that happens. But I'm just gonna kite back. So at this point, you know, it took them almost 5 minutes to capture B-Cap, their free capture point. all because my CV was able to, from the start of the battle, fly from A cap to B cap, spot them long enough where they didn't instantly get on the cap like I did, and everything fell apart from there. Here I'm just trying to farm out this Yamato. Just gonna pop my smoke screen. Got the 2 unrepairable fires on the Yamato, and just gonna keep shooting him, working him down. I'm staying angled to the Grozavoy, anticipating that he launched torps at me. Got another fire on the Yamato. Grozavoy is starting to shoot at me in my smoke screen. And at this point, I'm pretty sure those torps are going to finish off the Yamato, so I just step outside of the smoke. No need to risk getting torped or something like that. Now at this point, I've got a pretty good HP advantage on the Grozavoy. Their Des Moines was last seen on the B line. And my Des Moines is asking me to push up here and help pick a fight with this Grozavoy. So that's going to be exactly what I do. Now this kind of blows up in my face, because this Des Moines pops up and I'm traveling full speed in the wrong direction. Was trying to complete the turnout. Unfortunately, I get hit with the double fires, and he's just able to finish me off before I was able to sneak away. The flip side is it opened him up basically to my Des Moines, and my Des Moines able to finish him off, and he's going to be able to cap B. Excuse me, I need to catch up on some sleep. And yes, I did play this game with a dinosaur on my lap, and they were beating the hell out of my keyboard, and I had the cap locks key going yet again. So really, you know, this season, you know, the complaints are you know, that I see the plane spotting so early. I think that they could have at least delayed the CVs for 35 to 45 seconds to give people a chance to move to the caps, to move towards some sort of cover for the cruiser's protection. And I think that the CV should have spawned on the back edge of the border to give them a longer transit time to actually get into where they can scout. Just how it is right now on certain maps, this one in particular, it's really rough on teams. Another one is Riposte. That map is so tiny. Those, you know, those planes are. You've got this nasty little shooting gallery as you're trying to get into to cover around the useful areas in the map, and if you've got CVs that are smart and plane spotting, you're gonna lose at least one ship almost every time if battleships know how to shoot. Uh, it's just so punishing, and I don't think that Wargaming did enough to make sure that these CVs aren't going to be able to punish people just for trying to get into an initial position. You should at least be able to establish an initial position without risking half or more of your HP to your ship. I don't think that's too much to ask. Um, so I'm interested in knowing, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a little ridiculous with spotting, particularly this battle, how that played out? Um, let me know what you think. At this point, my team's gonna hopefully finish off this hack sometime this century. I mean, that's the other thing, is these CVs are so damn hard to put down anymore these days, because fires only tick for 5 seconds. They've got an armored flight deck, so your AP bounces. Uh, it. I think that they could yank a bunch of the armor out of these things, and make it more of a survivability issue if they get spotted from range, and not just let them be able to just, you know turn and angle at the enemy team and just be able to tank just about everything except torpedoes. Um, that would be an interesting balancing change for CVs. Let all battleships basically overmatch them, and if a CV gets spotted, they're subject to being sniped. But anyway, let me know what you guys think uh, about the spotting issue with the CV. I hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.